Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are all having amazing productive days or nights depending on where you are and when you're watching this. Today we're going to do a quick little tutorial on how to set up your digital camera to accept audio from an external mic, specifically lavalier mics, because they tend to be a little more sensitive than other mics. But this technique will also work with shotgun mics or any other kind of mic that you plug in your camera. As long as you're using your camera to record audio, this technique will work for you. So yeah, let's roll the intro. All right, so let's paint a little picture here. Let's set up a scenario. You have a video camera, you're out there shooting video, you go out every day, you shoot video, you love shooting video, you have a passion for it, and you say, you know what? I want to make my video better. I want to improve the quality. I'm going to go pick up a pair of lavalier mics. So you go out, you buy some lavalier mics, you plug them into your camera, you get them all set up, and it sounds like this. All right, so when you first plug your lavalier mics into the camera, this is what they potentially could sound like, and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, I just spent all this money on lavaliers. Why does it sound so terrible? What's going on? And if you notice, you can hear the computer fans in the background as well. Right, and you definitely don't want this. All right, that audio is absolutely awful. Now, if you're new to all this, you might have experienced this before, and nobody ever wants to listen to audio like that. So let's jump into the camera menu and I'll show you how to fix that. All right, so before we get started, I just want to say that I'm going to be using a Canon EOS R5 for this tutorial. We're going to be looking at a Canon menu, but here's the thing, if you're using Sony, Panasonic, whatever, all the new cameras, all the new mirrorless cameras have pretty similar menus, so just look for the audio setup in your menu and boom, follow along. And we're going to be doing two things. We're going to turn down the sensitivity of the preamp, and then we're going to set the audio settings to manual. And that's basically the steps. So let's jump into the menu. All right, so this is the setup here. This is the EOS R5. This is the EOS R recording the back of the screen here. And I'm going to be jumping back and forth with the audio on the cameras. I'm going to put a little indicator in the corner of the screen here to let you know what you're listening to. Okay, so you may have plugged your lavaliers into your camera and you get this really awkward sounding audio like you're listening to right now. I don't know if you can tell right now. I can definitely hear it. My monitoring headphones, the levels are jumping around all over the place. I'm using a pair of Sennheiser AVX ME2 mics, and they have a feature in them which tries to level out the audio. So it'll bring the highs down and it'll bring the lows up, and it'll try and like auto level everything. Now by default, the camera also does the same thing. So both the camera and the mics are both struggling to try and auto level everything. So it sounds a little funky. I don't know if you can pick this up in the video on YouTube, but I can definitely hear it here. So let's talk about how to fix that. Let's stop the recording here on the EOS R5. I can't record and go into the menu at the same time, so we're going to go into the menu. And usually your sound recording option is set to auto. So whatever camera you're using, whatever menu system you're in, you should have a sound recording option. Just go into it. And what we're going to do here is we're going to change the auto to manual. All right, and let's see what that sounds like. Let's start recording on the EOS R. And this is what it sounds like when you set your sound recording to manual, but you leave your recording level at its default, which is usually set to pretty high. And as you can tell, we're clipping. This is way too loud. Doesn't sound very nice. It's not very pleasant to listen to. So let's jump back into the menu and I'll show you how to fix this. Okay, so now we're going to go into the menu here, and we're going to take our recording level. You can see that right here, and we're going to bring it all the way down. Now what we're trying to achieve in this scenario here is we want the volume to stop at around -12 or -6. I usually aim for -12 because it cuts out a lot of the background noise. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide this along till we see the audio stopping at -12. So if we leave it right about there, you can see it stopping right about -12. That's exactly where we want it. We're going to hit OK. And back to menu, and let's start recording and listen to this audio. All right, and now you can hear the sound quality. I have the record level set to manual, and I have the audio set to -12 dB, and you can hear this sounds very clean, very crisp, very clear. I'm not changing the audio in the post-production here at all. This is the audio right out of camera. And now this is with a little fine tuning, blah, 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 1, 2, 3, test, test, test. This is with some audio adjustments in Adobe Premiere Pro. And you can see it sounds pretty good, pretty clean. So now if you buy a pair of mics, This is how you set them up. And this technique also works for shotgun mics or any other kind of mic that you plug into your camera and record through your camera. Just remember to set it to -12 dB in manual mode and you're good to go. All right, that concludes our tutorial. Hopefully you found that information useful. Hopefully it helps you get creative doing whatever it is that you do. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe. Really appreciate it. Trying to grow the YouTube channel. If you want, you can check me out on Twitter and Instagram as well. I got a good following on there, and I would love to have you guys following me on there as well. Yeah, that is it. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments down below, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, get out there, get creative, enjoy life. Peace out. I will see you guys in the next one.